Welcome to Bands of Bakersfield podcast. We have Ruben here again to do some more fest. What is this? Fest, what, 5?
Yeah, well, now we're going by the year, so Fest 2024.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, cool. I did not know that. I'm glad you're there.
Yeah, we just thought it might get a little weird, after, like, when we get to, like, 18, like...
Fest 18.
Yeah. Fest 18.
Start doing long Roman numerals.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on. So, well, thanks for coming back on the podcast, and I'm excited to go there. We'll start off with... what kind of things are going to be cool about this? We were just kind of chatting a little bit about the home cooking. Elaborate on that, because that's almost just as interesting as the bands.
Right. So we, try and take care of the bands every year, and this year we'll be feeding them. Last year we did fried chicken and a bunch of stuff, and I got some feedback. It was like, oh, it might, it was a little bit of a heavy meal. I kind of realized, like people are getting it and like, wanting to take a nap after. And I was like, and they still got to rock and roll. So I was like, let's do something a little lighter, a little more health conscious.
Sure.
So we're doing some, chicken burritos, beans, rice, salsa. My mom's making all of it. So
you see, there's gonna be some buffalo. Is that the right term? The sauce, or was it? What kind of?
No, she didn't just make like regular Spanish chili for
cool.
it. But,
right on.
But yeah, my mom's making it all, so it's
nice.
All made with mom's love, that kind of thing.
Home cooking from moms is the legit way to go, that's for sure. And then you have some family members like running booths or certain departments or something.
Yeah, I think that's one of the misconceptions with like Fest and our operation in general is that like we're like some larger corporate entity and there's like all these positions available and people do these things, but it's like it's honestly a lot of family stuff. I mean, like, my mom's doing the cooking for catering. Cool. My nephew's probably going to be rounding up trash. My niece is going to run our friendship bracelet station. That's awesome. And my dad's going to be running he's going to do the part of the cooking too, but he's also going to be running stuff around. And
that's cool.
Everyone. My sister worked box office last year.
Nice.
So and then we still of course have our regular staff that we have, but it's a lot of friends and family that really help out, and they help out a lot too with just letting me ramble. Like when we're in the planning stages, I mean, I'm texting people at like 3 a.m, like, what do you think of this? And what do you think of that? What do you think of this? And then I'm sitting there like, why am I not getting a reply? Like, oh, everyone else is asleep.
Yeah, because we were just talking about our schedules. Like, it's because our brains don't shut up. We're at night.
Yeah, I'm the only one at 3 a.m, just like, oh, what's this? What's going on with that?
Yep. Been there.
But yeah, that's I think one of the important aspects of Fest is we try and make it a community-based operation. Everyone is local or regional friends.
Even you guys running it, which is cool. So you're not just supporting bands, but you're supporting like the you guys.
Yeah, we're supporting the community. Yeah, I mean, we have volunteers that come in from like Current Animal Services and some of the schools around, and we can offer them community service and they help out and they come and have a great time. And then we use this Fest platform as a way to highlight, Bakersfield bands.
Right.
And like I said, this year we're bringing in a few of our friends that have come through, like Matamasca, the ska band from Los Angeles.
Nice.
They're coming to play and help us round out this multi-genre festival. And that's the thing with Fest is like, I feel like there's a lot of festivals in town, and but they're very genre specific. It's like it's all this type of band, it's all this type of music, it's all that type of music. Where the important takeaway from Fest is that it's local. Right. It's everything that we have to offer. So it's literally everything we have to offer. I mean,
artistic standpoint, it might be a good, like if one cares at all about local or live music or independent bands and stuff, this might be a good way to like broaden your palette, because there's so many acts in one sitting, you know what I mean? One spot.
Exactly. And we're trying to help everyone expand that.
Right.
So, kids that are coming there to see pop bands might see a hip hop artist they like, or might see some country, or might see, something else, or get involved with poetry because we have the poet stage.
Totally.
And we really kind of went more rounded this year. I mean, we've added you guys, the Soda Crackers, the Kern County Playboys, and that's helping out with the country stuff.
And Sim Williams, my buddy's pretty close. Like a
country
European
adjacent.
Country.
Country adjacent.
Yeah. Well, he came from a punk background, but he's got his roots in like some, anyway, totally off the subject, but wide variety of we'll say like roots music. Sorry about that.
Yeah, some hip hop, pop. I mean, Millionaires are our headliners and they're hyper pop. And then we have Andres, who's kind of our local hometown hero,
Right.
touring with a bunch of acts, and
Right.
he's rounding out more of your like alternative rock type stuff. And then on the poet stage, we've got acoustic stuff. Blade Tripp is playing. He does a lot of the DJ nights, but he's doing his solo set.
Cool.
And yeah, we've got tons of bands like from Santa Barbara, Bakersfield, Fresno, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And just trying to, show basically what's in a big circle, 2-hour circle around us.
I think it's cool too that like, and I've heard this said before, but mostly from Bakersfield people that already understand that is like, there's obviously some cool out of town bands as you just talked about. But there's going to be a lot of Bakersfield bands, and it's not just country, which, I mean, I love country, obviously. But, we have a lot more cool stuff going on than just country, and it's going to be a nice mix, I think. Talk about, if you don't mind, the layout, like where all the stage is going to be plotted at. Obviously, I have a rough idea because I've been there a couple times, or once. Last time it's at Tembler, I'm assuming, right? Again, yeah. So, like, what about... You talked about like having the poetry stage where there'll be some like solo acoustic stuff. That's out in the patio, I'm guessing. Then from there's going to be 2 or 3 other stages, and roughly where will they be located at, do you think?
So there'll be 4 stages total.
Okay.
And we learned, last year was our first year at Tembler, and we learned a lot from the layout that was designed. And we're going to be moving a few things around.
Cool.
So the poetry stage, last year was right outside that main stage door. We had a little bit of like audio bleed and stuff. So we're moving them around the corner to the edge of the patio, and we're going to be removing
like east facing part of the patio?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then we're going to be removing some of those tables and like kind of creating a vibe out there and really give them more of an intimate setting, especially for the type of stuff that's being shared out there with the poets, and really give them a better platform.
Sweet.
Last year was a little bit of a misstep. I'll admit that, and but
sometimes that happens.
Yeah, it's
a big production.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move them around the corner, and with the poetry stage, we're our sponsor for that is the Index Books, and I had a meeting with her last week, and she's got a lot of great ideas to really hype it up, and really let these poets have a really cool place to share their art. And there'll also be some acoustic performances as well. And so they're going to be around the corner, give them a little more intimate space. Main stage will be in the main pub of Tembler.
The dining area, so to speak.
Yeah, main dining area. We'll be removing a lot of the tables, and there'll be a lot of space in there, and that's where all the big acts are going to be playing.
Cool.
And then in the next room, which is normally the venue room, we'll have the stage similar setup to how we normally set up. So last year we had the stage flipped sideways with the ramp, going back. And I felt like that caused a lot of bleed into the, where the artists are trying to relax and, into our backstage area. So we're going to flip it sideways a little bit.
Cool.
And kind of give the artists a chance to have, a break from the action when they do need a break from the action.
Right.
And it'll open up the floor space for more kids in there.
Standing room area.
Yeah, standing room area. And then we'll have the vintage video game guy in there.
That was cool.
So yeah, right. That's super fun. That dude is always fun.
Yeah.
And then stage 3 will be located outside the venue under a tent.
Gotcha.
And out there we have a lot of hip hop, a few bands in the morning, and then we are going to be ending the night with 3 DJs playing, anything from house to electronica, EDM stuff. Same thing, kind of opening up that variety for people instead of just rock and roll or just hardcore. It's
right.
If you're wanting a break from the action, you want to go outside and dance a little bit.
Right. That's cool. And that stage that's going to have the hip hop and bands in the morning, that's going to be the facing the front, basically, or the south side of the building, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So same spot. And again, these guys are a small production, so no knock on you. You guys I see you always working hard all the time, and I can imagine what goes into this. But the weather's going to be cooler. It's a little hot out there. Again, you guys did. It's not a knock, but that's one benefit is that's why you did it in November.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
one of
don't
the
have
reasons we moved.
yeah.
Is 2 years ago we did it in August at Jerry's.
I remember that one. That was so
And
crazy.
It was so hot.
It was so fun, but it was
it was super fun.
Yeah.
But the kids are sweating like crazy. We're trying to hand out as much water as we could.
Yeah.
And everyone was just coming out there sweating like crazy. And I was like, okay, oversight. You know,
still
so
worth
like,
it.
Yeah. So we're like, oh, September. Let's do September. Nope.
Yeah.
Also hot. Also very hot.
Wasn't bad indoors, but like just that one stage, like I think because since it's south facing right there, the sun kind of hangs on the southern hemisphere all day long. So I think that's why you know what I mean. But whatever.
Yeah,
you got a lot of things to think
area.
about, right? You know, yeah.
And every year's a learning experience.
Totally.
You know, we take the feedback that we get throughout the year and use that to try and make
that's what's so cool.
the environment a better place for the customer as well as the artist. So like this year we decided like, hey, you know what, let's move it to November.
Right.
It'll be a lot cooler. So,
then you just don't have to worry about it. And like Bakersfield weather in November is like beach weather, so it's like ideal outdoor weather.
Yeah,
so
come in a t-shirt, and
outside.
probably in the evening you might have to throw on a little sweater.
Right.
But
right. Or if you don't have a sweater, just hang out inside.
Yeah, jump on some other kids and build some sweat up.
You kind of touched on some a little bit. Oh, sorry, Alan, I screwed up again. But you touched a little bit on some of the other vendors, and like you got the video game guy, the bracelet table. What other things are going to be that are non-music that are obviously, I'm sure, you got food for the bands. I'm assuming Temblor's selling beer and food. Besides that, those are more obvious, I guess. But what are some of the other things that are be going on that you don't usually see in a music show in Bakersfield? Like such as I know, like Beth was selling like a vintage, what is it called? She's selling clothes, the vintage clothes company that Beth has. I know she was there last year. This year you got video games again. So like,
video
what about
game
that
guys
kind of
coming
stuff?
back. I'm hoping Beth comes back. I chatted with her a little bit about coming back to do the Revolution Vintage.
That's it. Yeah, I got a couple
then,
for sure.
we have some vendors coming back that are going to be selling art. Sweet. And local handcrafted goods,
cool,
and stuff like that. And then Current Animal Services will come out and they'll be handing out literature.
Sweet.
They may bring an animal or two for people to pet. We'll see what's up.
Sure.
But we're doing a friendship bracelet station that's going to be totally free. So come out, make yourself a bracelet, make a few, trade them with friends.
That's cool.
Just kind of something, a little token to remember the day by. Yeah. We have a clothing sponsor this year, Burial 13 Apparel.
Nice.
They're going to be making FestFest shirts that'll be for sale for $20 each. Nice. And it'll just say FestFest 2024 on the front, and on the back it'll be the flyer.
Sweet.
So
right on.
For those people that want to have another keepsake.
Special keepsake stuff to remember the event. I really appreciate the like you said, you're a small, basically it's like at least 50% family operated when you do this FestFest. But you pay close attention to detail, and you do your best every year. You got was it like 30 bands again?
Yeah, it's, we're actually about 40.
40 acts total if you count DJs, hip hop artists, and bands.
Yeah.
So like freaking insane amount of logistics to take care of. Impossible to make it 100% perfect for every single person, but you do put in the detail or into the attention to detail to make it as good as you possibly can, considering the fact that in reality it's never going to be perfect when we have that big of a production for, you know what I mean? Like not everybody's going to get to play the ideal slot, right? You know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff. So just so the bands know that I know Ruben personally, dude puts in tons of work, but he's doing the best he can. So it's a fun event. Just look at it as something that has good memories and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and we want everyone to have a great time. The customers,
I did.
The bands. And a lot of people had a great time. And honestly, even some of the things that we're correcting are things that I noticed that I was like, oh, well,
right.
No, because I was outside at the poet stage when someone was reading, and then, one of the bands is like, open this fucking pit up. And I was like, maybe that's not the, the way that we should operate this. But we try and learn every year. And
it's the fact that you're trying to get more like health conscious food for the bands, guys. Like most people don't care, even think about that, right? So like that's the kind of stuff that I don't think you get out of a big corporate entity. You know what I mean? But with you, you're always, bending over backwards trying to accommodate these kinds of details. So I think that's really cool. And if you need a extra hand for auxiliary, my 13-year-old daughter can go work for free. So just let me know. She need to take out the trash or whatever.
Fill out some volunteer hours.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Put on that high school resume.
Yeah. Tell her your dad says you can do it. Yeah. I'll go take her to get some In-N-Out burger later or something. Well, it'd be good for her if you need it, of course. But that's awesome, man. Yeah. Thanks for getting me on again. I always appreciate being able to play in front of that crowd. Like I said, Lean, this is something I find interesting. I think that, I would want to hear this if I was listening to a podcast. It might be just me, but there's some more country acts than normal. I think we may have been the only one last time. Now we got Soda Crackers, pretty big name in town. Then we got us, and then we got, is there any other?
The Kern County Playboys.
Kern County Playboys, and then country adjacent, as you put it. It's a good term. My buddy Sim will be doing a solo set. And, it's one of those deals where I've noticed that the support from the rock bands, the weird rock bands like Contraristas and stuff like that. Like, it's a good weird though. Like the compliment, they're not gonna be there this year, but maybe they are. I don't remember.
Yeah,
they're again. Okay,
6, yeah.
That's right. My bad. I haven't looked at the flyer too carefully yet, in case you couldn't talk. Totally honest, but we got more support from bands that are not even in the same world as us, or vice versa. So it's I felt that you're really helping establish a community, if you will, where it's about the art first, local art first, and then you got some out of towners that are definitely helping beef it up, which is super cool of them. And it's surprisingly eclectic, getting that many people together. I had guys that are just not in the same world as us musically, and there's 50, 60 people. There's all this stuff going on. There's still 50 people at one point watching our little 30-minute set. That's cooler than impressing other country guys that play country. You know what I'm saying? It's we're doing something. It's, we're doing our best. We like our music. And then when somebody that's not even necessarily a fan of the genre is getting a kick out of the set, I think that's cool. And it's a good opportunity for other people to broaden the horizons. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of support from it. It was great.
And I think that's what, the Bakersfield scene needs is
totally,
regardless of the style of music you play, we're all in this together. I mean,
sure
the struggles that country bands face are the same struggles that rock bands face.
Yeah,
trying to get gigs out of town,
even the clothing companies and stuff, just to get something going local, it's brutal.
Yeah, and I was in a band for years before really diving into shows and promoting that. Which is why I think of some of those other things. I'm like, well, if I was in a band, I'd want this to happen or that to happen.
Sure.
And I just think that sense of community, it's growing here. I've seen it a lot more. I've been downtown and seen a hip hop artist see one of the local rock bands. They're just oh, hey guys, what's up? And still not maybe some other cities I've been to that the scenes are so separate that they just don't mesh at all.
Yeah.
Where here it's I feel like there should be more multi-genre shows. You should throw a hip hop act with a rock band, and
I think it's cool.
It's some of these kids want to experience a bunch of different things, and that's what I'm hoping that Fest provides for them is an experience of I just saw Soda Crackers and Mike Peer and the Monsters, and I just saw these country acts, and now I'm gonna go outside. There's hip hop going on. Oh yeah. There's some hip hop going on, and then I come back inside. The Contraristas are
totally
are doing their noise rock thing, and
totally.
Then you get Millionaires, and it's pop.
Yep.
And you spend the whole day not just with the same genre,
totally.
over and over kind of thing.
I think that's really important. And then too, predominantly, I'm sure there's going to be a few cover songs played throughout that. Obviously it's bound to happen, which is totally cool. But by and large, it's safe to say 98% of the music is, the Soda Crackers have some covers, but they kind of got their own sound with it. They got a couple originals out. I know that. But there's gonna be a lot of original music. And that's a brutal thing to get into right now. Not trying to bash Bakersfield, whatever, but there's a lot of artists of all different genres that are playing original music that are very good. And you're providing something, huge once a year that gives people an opportunity to look forward to being able to showcase their original sound, their original music. And that's something that there's a few people that are starting to do it too. So maybe Bakersfield will bounce back with having shows and stuff. Again, as I said earlier, I'm absolutely not knocking all the restaurants to support, playing at restaurants and all that's cool, but it's different than actually doing a showcase. You know what I mean? And they're both important, but it's been tough sometimes to get a place where there's just a whole lot of original bands playing original music in the same place at the same time. And it's really refreshing, at least to me, to have something like this to go to. I look forward to it, So props to you guys for trying to keep that rolling too.
Thanks. No, it is refreshing, and, on Instagram, because I run the FestFest Instagram too. And so I get to see like when people post their story, and like one posted and they had the flyer and they had circled several different bands, was like, can't wait, can't wait for FestFest. I'm going to see all these bands. And they were all totally different, I mean, so it's nice to see that someone's like taking advantage of, the day like that preemptively. And I still think it's a great place for discovery. I mean, especially because we're doing discount tickets right now. So the first 100 tickets are $15. The next 200 tickets are going to be $20, and after that they'll be $25. But even at the top tier, the $25 ticket
for that many bands and everything
is 40 to see 40 bands and be able to hang out for 12 plus hours.
You could go take a nap in the parking lot and still come back
and rock. Still rock and roll. And then Temblor's got their food. They're gonna be doing some food and drink specials, and now they're full cocktails too. Sweet. So last year when we did FestFest, they were just strictly beer.
Oh, so they got
now
liquor.
Now they're full liquor.
That's right.
And everything.
I think, right on. Shout out to Timblor for doing that. That's cool.
And I know we had that I wouldn't call it a problem, but I know we had that thing last year where a lot of people were exiting, and then they're coming back, and then I was like, why is people? I was like, I've seen this guy leave like 5 times. Yeah. They were running over the boulevard and they were taking shots, and then they would come back to FestFest. And now that
no longer necessary.
Yeah,
folks.
now
we got it covered.
Just throw the shots back there.
Whatever keeps you going through the day. It's a long day. We understand.
And you've seen me downtown. I'm a liquor person. I don't even drink beers. So who knows? I might have a few that
I might have one.
I
might have a few vocal cords. One shot of Jameson sometimes does it like having cough syrup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 2-3 vodka Red Bulls. I'm ready to rock and roll.
That would make me pass out or be wired. One or the other. I can't tell you.
Yeah,
I'm a lightweight, so one's good for me, but it'll help. That's nice to have that going there. Well, what time's it starting in?
So doors are going to be at 10:30.
Okay.
First
AM.
act, 10:30 a.m. First act will go on at 11, and that'll be the Soda Crackers.
Sweet.
On main stage at 11 a.m. Cool. And then we'll be, the thing with FestFest is the stages work together. So as soon as stage 1 ends, stage 2 goes live, and so it's nonstop entertainment till midnight, and then stage 3 operates in between that schedule. Gotcha. And the poet stage goes all day too. So there's literally always something to do. We don't have that like some festivals when you go and the stage needs downtime to change bands.
There's no change.
Walk over here, watch this band, go listen to a poet.
Yeah. If you get in the mosh pit too long, you get too rowdy and tired, you can go to the poetry section and chill and listen to poetry. Get your second win and go back to the mosh pit, right?
Yeah, and this year for the poetry stage, we're gonna have rugs on the ground, we're gonna have pillows on the ground. It's cool. kind of trying to make it a like, hey, exactly that. Like you're rocking and rolling all day. Like I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna chill, decompress for a second, then we get back in there and we'll rock and roll some more.
10:30 a.m. till 12 a.m.
10:30 a.m. our doors, 11 a.m. first act goes on. Bands all day and artists all day until midnight.
Cool.
So Millionaires are going to go on at 10, and that's our headliner. They're going to go on at 10, end at 11, and then from 11 to midnight, we'll do our emo night. And awesome. And the Millionaires will join us for emo night.
Awesome.
And then also outside, there'll be an EDM DJ. So whatever whatever your flavor is, you can stay inside for emo night. You can go outside and listen to some EDM, and then at midnight we'll call it, and that'll be FestFest for this year.
Perfect. And what's the date again? November
16th. Template Brewing Company.
Don't miss it, folks. It'll be super awesome. Definitely a killer for all that. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. It's worth it for the ticket for sure. One other thing, kind of off the top. What stage am I playing on? I think you told me, but I forgot already.
You are on.
I don't remember.
You're on stage 2.
Okay, cool. The same one as last year, right?
Yeah. The one that's like indoor in the regular venue.
Perfect.
Part of it. Yeah.
Works for me. Anyway, so I think we're good. Are we good, Alan? You have anything else to say? Oh yeah, your Instagram. Tell us your Instagram and Facebook and all that too.
So if you want to get in touch with FestFest, our Instagram is at FestFestCA.
Okay.
And then you can also get in touch with me at Ruben Numbskull Shows.
Cool.
And either of those will do it. And you can also get in touch with at the Fishnet.
Cool.
And they're also, the fishnet's also helping us out a lot with the planning this year as well.
Cool. Go ahead and follow them, folks. Ping in the algorithms or the followers like the stuff, even if, you just got 5 seconds, because that's going to help make it get, bigger on the gram. You have anything else to add? Are we good?
Yeah. I mean, I'll see you at Fest.
Awesome. We good, Alan? Sweet. Thank you, folks. Take care. Have a good one. Drive safe, or if you're driving.